is collections, and it is November 9th. And I'm a little late because I realized that I posted on Instagram that I was going to be here at 8. And then I posted it, then I had to repost it because I'm like, it's 7 o'clock, it's not 8. And that would have confused everybody. So my apologies for being a little bit late. This is my collection of brushes. A lot of them came from my mom, who didn't collect brushes, but she would collect them for me. I do have some old brushes that do have paint on still, and I'm not sure. I think I brought out a couple that I was going to work from, and you can see this is this one right here, and just paint them live. I think that would be nice instead of working from a picture. All right, let's have a look. Who is with us this morning? My apologies again for the late start and also for the misunderstanding. I know that, oh, hi, Sarah. Yeah, that would be a little bit confusing. Okay, so I have my gouache here, and I was prepping some workshops. I don't know if anybody saw, I haven't put it on stories yet, but I'm going to be doing Wednesday workshops until Christmas. There's only going to be 1 week that I won't be doing them, and it's just a 2-hour session. I'll probably let you know again coming up, but we've got painterly winterscapes, we have painterly patterns, we have, I think, which will be a really nice one, a hands workshop where we write out piece with hands and also practice hands. The workshop's 2 hour long. So Louise says, I saw the email thing, looks good. Something hoping I can join the birds one. Yeah, even if you can't join, there will be a replay. Oh look, my upside down. Should we flip through our gouache so far? And Meryl says, I had problems finding you this morning. No, it was me. I was late, and I also posted that I was going to be on at 8 a.m. and it's 7. So my radio girl, or guy, I'm not sure what it was, that got sent down to Ohio. Thank you, Maria. And this is Piper in the Box, my fancy cake, my ink girl, my voting box, and this was, I didn't put the date on this one. This was Spark. I loved all your sparks yesterday. There we go. It doesn't matter if it's upside down. Hi, Tash, how are you? Yeah. Louise, she says, upside down adds extra spark. Yes, it does. Absolutely. And hi, C. Okay, so these are my brushes. What are your collections that you're doing today? This is a, I can't remember if this is Beaver or I can't remember what the brush is. Anyway, it's for paint effects. And it's for stippling and making everything a little bit smooth. I haven't really used it. And then it has a knife on the end of it. So that's interesting. Well, I think it's for that. Anyway, it could be for carving, wood carving. It's not very sharp. And then it could be for just dusting things off. I'm not sure what it is for. This is definitely for stenciling. So it's a flat brush, completely flat, and then this way you can get the paint and make everything flat on the stencil, which is what you need. And this is also a stencil brush. This one I have used. So these are the brushes that I'm going to be painting from my collection. Hi, Amy, how are you? Bonjour, Alessandra, how are you? Okay, so my brushes are going to be painted by me. What is your collection that you are painting today, if you are painting today? going to do one at a time, I think. And this is, I may have to help out a little bit and just flatten this a little bit. It moves. Okay. I think I'm going to take a little bit of my putty eraser, if I can find it. And put a tiny little bit of my putty. Why do I always lose my eraser? It's crazy. It's one thing that just disappears always. And I just had it the other day. Oh, here it is. Today is collections. Oh, I could put that too. I do collect a lot of things. I collect leaves, I collect corks, I collect a lot of, well, not really anything. Well, I collect Royal Copenhagen cups, that too. I have quite a few Royal Copenhagen cups. Nobody's painting this morning. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You guys are all so quiet, and I don't believe that none of you are painting. Let me know what you are painting. And I'm going to just replenish my paints here. I have a couple of different blues. I'm going to have Cerulean Primary Prussian. I definitely need some more white. Let's get some white on here. Art supplies. Louise says art supplies. Oh, Louise, I seem to collect pigeons. You do seem to collect pigeons. Beautiful pigeons. And art supplies. Pigeons and art supplies. Anyone else painting anything in particular this morning? Okay, there is a little bit of that blue still on there. And I think this is the cobalt. Yes. Let's add a tiny little bit of that. And I don't think I need... I think I'm just going to leave it at that and start mixing and painting. All right. I haven't done a from life in a long time, so this will be interesting. I think I'm going to start with the shadow because it's under there. There's actually a double shadow, and it's probably because of all the lights that are on here. This may be too dark. C says, overslept to paint my something glass, but will be late starting. Sorry, I have that silly heart right in the way of your comments. So it's better that I wait, and then if somebody else comments, I can read it again. So the shadow has a shape too, so I'm going to get that shape of the shadow in. That could be a little bit too dark. Let's lighten it a touch and add a tiny little bit of yellow. And then I definitely have to soften it up here. Funny, the more you look at a shadow, the more things kind of come to life. There's like transparencies, and there's an area here that is a little bit more orange. Today is Thursday, everybody. It is, do we have Dylan Sarah? Is he doing a drawn together today? Does anybody know? Should I do the double shadow? I feel like I should do the double shadow. I'm going to do the double shadow. What if I only get one brush done? Oh well. If I only get one brush done, I only get one brush done. That's way too dark again. I wonder if I can even match this color of this paper. I think it's pretty much, it's really hard to match because it's very, very light. Let's see if this is close to it. I think that would be more of a match on my double shadow. Oops, I'm dropping water everywhere. That's not good. Okay, this may have to dry a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of effort just for the shadow. This is just the shadow, everybody. Louise says, comment. Oh, thank you. C says, overslept hoping to paint my blue glass, but will be late starting. Thank you, Louise. Ah, so helpful. All right, let's get this. And if you guys missed it, Louise did not miss it. So when somebody comments, if you make a long comment like C did, I don't see one word because the little heart covers that little one word, that one tiny word, and then I'm like lost because I don't know what has been said in the sentence. And I said, well, if somebody else comments, then I'll be able to see it. And Louise commented because she was listening. I know you're probably all getting your coffees and okay. You're not painting either, Louise? Oh, Louise from England is not painting. Okay, who else is not painting? You guys are all just here to hang out. That's okay. I don't mind. You can hang out. Absolutely not. All right. Okay, I was going to put a lighter tone. Let me mix up a lighter tone on the edge here. So this is the knife is down here. It comes up to here, and then I have this area. And then the brush is like a gray color. Like the ends. I'm looking at the ends. There's a lot of colors going on here. So we have the silver here. right here. It may be changing shape slightly. This down here, and then the knife that comes across and up like that. I know it's not very visible, but it's there. And then we have the actual brush. I may be just doing one, like this is going to take time. I can use this color a little bit in the silver here as well. Is it blurry for you, or is it okay, everybody? Because right now it looks a little blurry, but I'm not sure if that's just, I don't think it's my camera. I think it is my internet connection. Louise says, lunchtime here, just finishing my soup. A soup sounds good, says the other Louise. And Louise says, it looked grim, but luckily tasted great. Oh, that's good. Often the case. Yes, often the case. C says, okay here. Louise says, a bit blurry. I thought it was me. Clear there. Yeah, so it's different for different people. Okay, that makes me feel better that it's not across the board blurry. All right, a tiny little bit more blue in here. Needs to go a little bit browner, a little bit, actually, a tiny bit more. No, I don't want to add white yet because I want to get the hue of this brown right first. Okay. I don't think it's going to look exactly like what I've got in front of me because my sizing is a little bit off. This color I can use on the metal down here too, and probably on the knife too. Sorry, I'm trying to be precise with the knife and it's not going my way because I put this a little bit off on the other side. Should have been a little bit more center. And I can't really come back to the shadows, so I have to make sure that I get this as close to what I want it as possible. Not blurry. Hi, Amy. Okay. Did anybody tell me what they were painting? Alexandra, are you painting another bird? Are you still on your birds? And this is the wrong shape, but I'm going to not focus on that right now. Let's add need to add a little bit more of a darker hue into that brush up there. Do I add a little bit of this yellow? I think so. Okay, first I'm going to just add it here on the side where there's a little shadow. I have to lighten this anyway, but I just wanted to see what color that was. And then also I can use it down here. Should probably add this afterwards, but I just want to see if it's the right dark brown. Get a little bit of dry brush on there. Okay, and I need to wet my brush a little bit if I want to use this up here. I think I may need to, well no, I'm going to go over anyway with the silver area, so some areas are a little darker. This is good practice for if you're drawing animals, which I have a lot to do right now. So I have to, it's nice to practice like on brushes, like it's like fur of animals. I need another color which needs to be a little bit warmer in here in the brush. Like a warmer grey. So let's see if I can mix that up. Touch of purple in there. That's too green. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to pull that over to down here. Sometimes you can just add color to an area on your palette and that will work. Alexandra says, not at the moment. I found out something about the portrait challenge thanks to you and Julie. Ah, okay. The Judith Yours portrait challenge, that one. Okay, that's not light enough. I'm going to mix up a little bit more white into there. I have to be careful with my brush because I'm putting on some much thicker strokes that I don't need. Okay, it needs to be a little bit darker down there. I can tell. Matching colors and talking. I think matching colors is really very relaxing. So I know, I'm sorry if I'm quiet today, but it's actually just nice to look at an object and not at a screen. And it's really trusting what you see and not necessarily, you know, like you're still seeing when you've got an image in front of you, but it's not flat. So I think it's good practice to draw what's in front of you from life. That's not the right color. It's a little bit too blue. Okay, I can go over with this brownie color. Alright, I think I'm good with the brush area. I want to put a little bit of this blue down here. Also, it depends, like if you're moving, like you have to be careful, like not to change, not to change your position, like where you're, how you're sitting. Can any of this color go up here? Let's have a look. I can probably take the edge. This needs to be a little bit more yellow, I think. needs more of a rusty color. Should mix up an orange. Probably would be better. Yes, Judith's indeed. The portrait challenge is Judith Yours, YAWS, has an Instagram page with a portrait challenge where she posts a portrait or a image of somebody every day, and a lot of people draw that image. It's great. Okay, Piper hair on here. It is slowly coming together, slowly. Let's lighten up. I think I'm only going to get one done. And look at the time, I've got 20 minutes. That's drawing from life or painting from life. It takes time. Okay, I need to lighten up this. Is this too light? I know I've got my, I think this is the wrong shape for sure. Like it needs to be longer. I know that right here is a little bit off. And down here I can probably clean up a little bit. Needs to be a little bit wider like that. Shapes, it's all about the shapes, everybody. And Meryl, what's your collection? Is Meryl here painting today? I don't know if Meryl is here. She's just not talking. Maybe she's sleeping today. Okay, let's have a look. No, don't do this to me. I think it buckled a little bit because we put so much paint down initially. Okay, I may have to pull this out slightly. Like just extend it slightly. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little bit. Oh, Meryl, I have lots of brushes. So you're doing brushes too? Cool. Patreons also, I posted, check your mailboxes for meets this weekend. We're having a forest draw along, sketch and draw along, not really draw along, but a sketch and meet on Saturday at 12 midday. If you can make it, great. If you can't, you will get the recording. And then Sunday will just be a catch up and draw. So the forest, you can just do one if you want, if you're working on gouache Vember. It is the prompt for gouache Vember, but I thought it'd be nice just to you know, do a few different forests and draw them and not just have the gouache Vember one gouache prompt. So it is an actual draw along. I'm gathering images. They will be in the November Padlet, so you can access them as well. And what else? I think that's it. Sunday, oh, Sunday is an early morning one at 8 a.m. I have a few things that I have to do on Sunday, so I'm not going to be able to do a later one. So that is a catch up and draw. And the prompt for Sunday, if you're thinking about doing just the prompt, is, I had it right here. Oh, Sunday is, oh, recipe. So if you want to add a recipe to our Patreon group Padlet, that would be really nice to see everybody's recipes that they're going to be drawing. And also, it's nice sharing a recipe if you have a recipe that you really love. I still haven't cooked my pumpkins. I know that Michelle's husband Paul, he sent me that pumpkin pie recipe, and I have to do that. I just haven't had time to cook it. America, when is Thanksgiving for you guys? Is it the 27th? Somebody said it was the 27th. Was it UC? Let's add a little bit of texture here. I feel like this needs to be darker. Like just in there. There's a lot of muddy colors on this one, like a lot of muddy colors. A little bit darker. Oh, it's the 23rd. C says it's the 23rd. Oh, great. So that's the day after, I think that is my birds. I have a birds workshop. I figured we would get ready for December. And so if you do have time to come to the workshop, it will be a nice way to just ease into your daily bird painting practice. I know some of you are very, very well versed at painting birds, and you do it daily. We have Alexandra, who's been painting have you been counting your days of painting birds, Alexandra? Was it a 100-day challenge, or was it just you were just going to paint a bird every day? And then we have Louise A. in Barcelona, who has her pigeons and paints those every day. I feel like you need a book deal to publish all your pigeon paintings. This knife is so rusty, like it's not. You know who would be good at this challenge? Martina, because Martina's very good at realism. I fiddle too much. Like this kind of work is fiddly for me. Like I just end up correcting and going over and correcting, and I'm not fresh when it comes to observation. Or if I maybe have done like a 20-minute time frame or a 10-minute, I probably would have gotten a result that I would be more happier with. Can't speak this morning. Alexandra says it was a succession of challenges and it started with my migratory May. Ah, wow, that's been since May. Amazing. That is incredible. Okay, I'm going to put this color a little bit in my brush because I see a little bit of this color, but I have to be really careful that it's the finest line. Okay, I know that my actual this brush area is not as long as the one here, and I'm still struggling with this right here. I think it's this angle is wrong. These are such slight little details that if you don't get them right, it just, oh, it's frustrating. Needs a little bit of light on this side, I think. I still think it's wrong. It needs to be pulled down slightly. I need more on this side. That's not going to be easy. Over slightly. And then put some lighter tones there. DJ Goodhue Art has an ongoing bird challenge. It's called Bird Art Weekly. Oh, thank you. That would be a good one to check out if anybody is interested in doing birds weekly. Don't forget, we have a whole month of birds in December. I hope you're all going to join in. We have been doing this challenge for, is it 4 years now, I think? 5 years? I think this is the 5th year. And this year we're focusing on extinct and what we are focusing on, and I can pull it up, endangered and or extinct. And we have, I've looked at the different countries around the world and used different birds from different countries, and then I put a little E by the ones that were extinct, and then the other ones are endangered. They both start with an E. I should probably double check that it's not endangered or extinct. I gotta check that. Anyway, that's our bird list. Alexandra says it's only one bird a week. It would be good practice for the month of birds. Yes, definitely. Definitely, definitely. Are you back in Chicago or are you still in Paris, Alexandra? Okay, there is a little bit of bluey really gray here. And I don't have my book in front of me, so I am hopefully not missing anybody's birthday in these last couple of days, because my book is upstairs and I've been down here for the past couple of days. Well, I have been upstairs, but I haven't looked, so I hope that we have, I feel like we've missed somebody's birthday at the beginning of November. But I'm really hoping that it's not anyone here that we've missed, and if it is, please just own up and say, you missed my birthday, and I apologize if we did. I still haven't found my other calendar. I wonder if my daughter just threw it away. Or maybe she put it in a safe place. I don't know. She doesn't know either, so. Still outside of Paris, still in full renovation mode. Will you stay there for the whole winter? I guess it's nicer, isn't it, in Paris than in Chicago? We are coming close to the end of this hour, and I had in my head that I was going to draw 3 brushes, and I only got this one done, and I feel like I didn't get it done as complete as I would like to. It's a little bit too dark. Okay, I think I need some dry brushing on here. Definitely, like, I think from the screen point it looks much darker here on this side, and I feel like I need to also add a little lighter just here. That reflective light. That's still not the right one. It's very good practice painting from life though, and definitely a struggle. Definitely a struggle. And I feel like I've gone too dark here. But because there's a texture, like, I'm trying to not think about the texture that's on the wood, because I think that's distracting in some ways. And I'm trying to look at what I see rather than like really looking at the shape. This dry brush will help a little bit. I don't know, something's up here, and I think it's this light here. Need to dull that a little bit. We've got 5 minutes left. OMG. Okay. Anybody else on crunch time right now? I don't know how many of you guys are actually, are you drawing, Meryl, are you doing your brushes? What kind of brushes do you have? Or do you have a favorite brush? I feel like that purple is way too purple. Let's get some. The paint is a little sticky. Because I don't want it too watery. Okay. I know that this is very, very, very dark. I do want to get a little bit on the side here, but then I would like to go over it or just move it with my finger. I don't know. I want it to be a little bit less. I don't know. We'll see. Let's have a look. Maybe I can take a dry brush and just move it a little bit around. Wet it slightly. This I feel is a little bit off. And again, I think this, I pulled this up too high. Are we at time? I think time has come to an end, my friends. I think we are done with our time. I mean, this kind of blends into the bottom anyway. It's a little odd, this. Oh no. Let's take a tiny, tiny little bit of this colour and very wispily just add tiny, tiny little marks, because this is where the wood is. It needs to be darker on this side, but it needs to also not get too dark. If I just put all these marks on this side, they're like tiny little hairs, these marks. And then if I take, oh, I put that in water. If I take this brush and just soften what I put on, like literally soften, but take away some of them. All right, everybody, I think I'm done. I don't think I can do any more, and I am 1 minute past time. I mean, I could do more, but I think I'm good. I have one brush done. One brush. Look, and I keep wanting to add to it, because there's lots of details even on just one little object. Something's, oh, I know what it is. I'm like, something's annoying on this side, and I think it's this light here. It's way too light. So let me get rid of that. There's a fine line between having, you know, that area too dark or too light. So it just changes how you look at the image. It pulls forward instead of being pushed back. How many more brushes, LOL? Well, these didn't get painted, but this one did, and it is very different. Look at the sizing, my goodness. Oh well. It's like a different kind of brush, but the same feel. I think if I had this picture and I had to find this brush in the drawer, it would probably be the only one that would resemble that. So I think I'm good. Thank you everybody for joining me this morning. Collection. And that is my brush. November 9th. It's my husband's birthday tomorrow. I better make a cake today. Oh, is it cake? When's the next cake one? If I make a cake, I will send you a picture. But I probably won't make a cake. I'll probably go and buy a cake. Shh. Not a very good baker. Meryl says, yes, 1.5 flat Gumbacher watercolor brush. Grumbasha. Thank you, Louise, and thanks, C, and take care. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.